Hello! Now it's time to do a pre-flight of our document. A pre-flight is a small check that we give our document so we ensure that our images are in the right size and that we haven't forgotten anything or there's some overflow text or something like that. InDesign can check that for us automatically if we set it up correct. Usually when we have this document, we have this preflights going on here, the dot down here, showing that, oh, there's no errors, but what is it actually checking for? We don't know. We need to figure it out. I press this one, I go up into to enable the preflight panel, so I can actually see what's going on. The preflight is the profile named basic, and it's the working profile, the one who's running in the background always. But what is it actually checking? It's only checking for overset text actually. Meaning that if I go into this document here and I will just need to have a little bit more space here and do like this, then checking, one error because I got overflow text, I got text I can't see. It tells me the error. Click on this one, overset text on page 1. Click on text frame on page 1. Click on the text frame here. There is the error. Okay, how to fix it? I enlarge this one and working, no errors. Cool. What about the images? What if the images wasn't right? Or what if I have misscaled something and I'm likely to check it for that? Well, it doesn't fix that unless you create your own preflight. And that is exactly what we would like to do, because we would like to ensure that we don't have any way too small images that it goes for print, so we've got pixels in our prints. We want perfect prints. And to ensure that, we need InDesign to kind of figure out if the images we got are actually a decent size for print. So I go up in the mini menu here and I say I would like to define a profile. Now I'm in this menu here where I can see that, oh, the basic one, what is this actually checking? Blah, 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 blah. It's not checking much apart from if there's a font missing and overset text. Well, that is okay. And also if there's some links missing, which is also very important, that if you have removed some graphic you have linked into the document, it needs to be available before I can create a perfect print file. So what to do? Well, we would like to create a new one that is even better than the basic one. So I say click on the plus sign because I want to create a new one. And I'll call that for magazine, because that is the profile I'll give you what to check for if you want magazine quality, which is kind of below A3 or kind of a magazine letter format or something like that, or yeah, small. It will be all perfect. But if you're working in large formats, like billboards or something like that, or big roll-ups or something, then it's other values you go for. And which values depends on which print house you use. So call your print house and ask what values they would like to have for the images. Now I go down here and say, okay, what should it do? It should actually check the links as it did with the basic one, and we were standing on the basic one when we created this one, so we actually have just embedded whatever the basic preflight had. That is nice. But we would like to check our images. I open this one, and I would like it to check image resolution. And I would like it to give me an error if I do non-proportional scaling of a placed object. So if I scale an image so it's 80% on the wide side, then I would like to have an error so I got true proportions in whatever I place in InDesign, so I don't get any misscaled stuff. I'll check that on too. Now I'll open this one and say, what is actually the minimum resolution? 250, that's a bit too little. I'll put it up to 300, then I ensure that the magazine print would be nice. Then, it's also for grayscale and color images, and then I would like it to check 1-bit images is actually just bitmap images of strokes and stuff like that, and it's actually nicer if it's 1200, then it's really seamless. With 800 you can risk that the strokes will be a bit weird to look at. So now I have these settings and I'm happy with that. So I check with image resolution and non-proportional scaling of placed objects, and I also have the text here where it gives me a warning if I have overset text. I would like that to be what I do. So I just say save. Okay. And let's preflight this document then. Go up here and say it should be our magazine ready. And we have no errors. Cool. What if I take this one and select the plate inside this one and scale it like this? Oops, one error. Because my plate here is suddenly misscaled. I go into and say non-proportional scaling. Okay, where? On the plate. Here. So it shows me where it is. So how do I fix this? I go down here to info and then problem. The placed object has non-proportional scaling applied. Effective scaling, blah blah blah. Fix, direct select the placed object and then specify identical values for the X and Y scale percentages in the control panel. That's exactly what we do. We want to fix it. I want to direct select. That is, go for the UFO. Click one time, I have now direct selected. Go up here to the scaling percentages. Yes, they're not similar. Oh no, that is bad. So what is 58 or 57 or something like that? Now it's the same and my error disappears. I would just like it to go into the box here, so I'll just use the bottoms up here, which we had in our earlier lesson. So now we don't have any misfires for that one. What about this image? It has the correct value, but what if it was even bigger? I don't know how big this image is actually. But now I direct select it and let's see if we can have some fun about it. I press down the Shift key and enlarge it a lot. No errors yet. I enlarge it even more. Now I got an error. Let's see how it is. Image resolution. This image you got here. And in the info, direct select the image and use the blah blah blah. But problem, color images must be at least 300 pixels per inch. Effective resolution in this scaling is 295. 5 too little. Okay, I knew that actually. But it just gives me a warning here so I can fix the problem. If I had an image that is way too far, then, well, there's nothing to do. Then I just need to scale it down until I have a proper value so I can have a perfect print. So pixels matters. The more pixels you have in an image, the bigger you can print it. Now I just need to go back here, so I'll actually just do the undo, and then we are back. No errors. What is my default in InDesign? My default is the basic, that is the working profile. If I want to set a new preflight, that is my default, I can go up here and I say preflight options. In here, what is my working profile? Then I can go to what I have created and I say, oh, this should be magazine ready, so I ensure that all my images will not be too small. Then this is done for all my new documents. My open documents are kind of working with the working profile they were opened with. Next option is to figure out, when I open a document, what would I like InDesign to do? Should it use my working profile or should it use the profile that might be embedded in the InDesign document? I prefer it uses my working profile because then I'm always aware of what it's actually checking in case. Because if you've got documents from outside, you have no idea what kind of preflight is actually embedded in it. So this just ensures some consistency in my workflow, so I don't have a large checklist whenever I open a document. Then I know that I am the one who decides which profile it uses. I can always change it down here, it's quite easy. So I would like to always that InDesign are always using my working profile, no matter which kind of document I open. So I say just OK, and down here I can always enable or disable preflight in case I don't want this one going on and off. That can be, sometimes it's not convenient to have preflight if you have a multi-page document with a lot of images. So then you can disable it until you're ready for making the print file, and then you'll enable it. That was how we actually defined our preflight here. So now we know there's no errors, the images will come up perfectly, and the graphics are just perfect, there are no misscalings or anti-proportions. So I just closed down the preflight panel here. What about colors? What colors am I actually using when I print out? In InDesign, we go up in the Edit menu and we have the color settings here. The color settings can be rather important. because they matter. Because whenever you do a print file, you put in print colors in your images so they become CMYK channels. And InDesign does that automatically when we create a PDF. And from InDesign we can also use normal RGB images, so we can make a snazzy PDF file that is ready for web. Okay, but which kind of colors do we use? It's a bit different when we're working in the print environment. Online we are usually always using sRGB as a working space, but when it comes to print, we are not synchronized in the world. We have different opinions. So this is why I got some universal settings up here. Europe general purpose. If you live in Europe, use this one if you're a generalist. If there's a more specific use, you can actually choose something else. But this one is very versatile compared to all kinds of tasks. So that is the one I would highly recommend if you're seated in Europe. If you're in America, well, I got North America general purpose here. Look at the difference here. I have the CMYK value. It's coded for R39 in Europe. Let's go to America. Look, it's US web coded swap version 2. Okay, so we have different CMYK profiles depending on which part of the world we're living in. So you need to set the settings to which part of the world you are actually living in. Maybe it should be Japan. They have a more special thing going on here. And this is just important because this is actually the profile that it attaches to your PDF document when you create the print file. So these are the steps you need to put in. So choose wherever you live. America, Europe, Japan, or if it's some part of India or something like that, figure out which kind of profile they use in the local area and then stick to that. You can also just decide yourself here by choosing some color profiles, and you can also choose the profiles down here individually if you really need to. But it's way easier just to use the general setting up here because it actually just takes what you need. Then when you have that, I'll just say cancel to this one afterwards. Look at this unsynchronized because I've done some changes and I have a lot of Adobe software installed on this computer, so it has to use the same profile settings. So if I have an image I've done something to in Photoshop and I place it in InDesign, the color should be the same. If the color changes, I have a serious problem. And that could be that I didn't have any, or I had different profiles in Photoshop and InDesign and maybe even Illustrator. It's even worse. So I need to have the same profiles in all my pieces of Adobe software. I'll just say cancel to this one because it was set correct. So you now go up here and edit and do your color settings, and before that you go down here and you do the Preflight panel and create your own Preflight you can reuse forever. And remember to set up the working profile correctly. Good. Ready to go.